Hello, dreamers! I hope you are having a great day. Today is a special day because I am going to take you on an adventure, a culinary adventure that will whet your appetite and make you hungry and make you jealous of the wonderful foods that I am going to share with you. Because today I am sharing with you my experience at the chef table. Before we get started on our culinary adventure, I'd like to invite you to like and subscribe to our channel if you are interested in anything food and travel related. Um, our upcoming posts will all be about cruising, but there will also be other adventures coming up, all in the world of F.A.T. So we're trying to reach our first goal of 1,000 subscribers, and we are slowly making our way there, but we need a little help. So if you're interested in helping us out and learning more about food and travel in our adventures, then please like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, where should I begin? I guess I should say that I've always wanted to do the chef's table. And this time on the Regal Princess, I decided that I was definitely going to do it. It was a treat for my birthday. And let me tell you, it did not disappoint. It was one of the best dinners that I've had on a cruise ship. So if you haven't done it yet, I would suggest you try it at least once. You won't regret it. So to start, we all gathered as a group in front of the wheelhouse. It's right where the steakhouse is. And we all went down to the Allegra dining room. Now, there were people dining in there, but there was a special spot that was just for us who were dining at the chef's table. It was a beautiful round table with a beautiful centerpiece. And the first thing we did was take pictures. The chef and the director of restaurant operations, they took a picture with each group. They took a whole group picture together. And because we had two other people in our group, we got 3 pictures in the end. It was one of just Ken and I, one with the 4 of us as a group with our friends Andrika and Heather, and then a group picture. So this is all included in the price. I guess I should mention that the price was, I think, $118 a piece. And it's the meal along with wine pairing with each course. But it was worth the money, as you will see. So after we take our pictures, our group picture, then we find a spot around the round dining table, and then they go around the table and take pictures with each group. And then it's time to start dinner. So I didn't get to capture but the end of this, but it's these beaded curtains that comes down and surrounds us. And this is what separates us from the rest of the dining room. So now it's just us ensconced in this beautiful place, ready to start our meal. So in the past, you were able to go and tour the galley. And then you would have your hors d'oeuvres and champagne and stuff like that before you go to the table. But because of COVID, that has changed. So everything was done at the table. But still, it was wonderful. So now I am going to take you through each course that we had for dinner. Are you ready? It's going to make you hungry. I am getting hungry just thinking about it. But here we go. So our first two courses were our hors d'oeuvre courses. The first was 2-for-1 deal. We had
lobster margarita with avocado, mango, tomato, with a splash of tequila. And on the left side we have a coconut and panko bread fried shrimp. In the middle you have a reduction of port wine, which is the dipping sauce for your shrimp.
the shrimp was a long shrimp coated in the panko, and that port wine sauce was to die for. Let me tell you, it was delicious. And then the lobster and mango margarita was very refreshing. It had lots of lobster meat in it. It was nice and light and fragrant. Mwah. Beautiful. The second course was 3 small bites.
Salmon and smoked gravlax and smoked salmon on the right side, and I see some of you are on the left. Okay. So anyway, you'll see which one is the salmon. In the middle, you have the gorgonzola quiche, which is a vegetarian one. On the top, you have a little cherry tomato, which has been cooked overnight in a very low temperature. Yes, where all the nice sugar is there, is remaining there, very sweet. And then you have the bolovan, mini bolovan with beef steak tartare. Okay? Enjoy, and I will see you again in a few minutes.
Thank you.
So quite delicious. My favorite was the beef tartare. It was like in a little pastry, but it was so good. The gorgonzola cheese mini quiche was good also. And the smoked salmon, I mean, if you love smoked salmon, then it was simple, but it was delicious. So our third course was a tomato bisque. It was a rich tomato bisque with a basil, tomato, and cheese sable. So in the bottom of the bowl was the cheese sable. It was like a kind of like a cracker like consistency. And on top of that was a cherry tomato and a basil leaf. And then they came around and they poured the tomato bisque on top of the cheese sable, and that dissolved into the soup. And when I tell you that this is the best tomato soup that I ever had, hands down, the best. The flavors were so rich. You could taste the tomato, you can taste the basil, you can taste the cheese all mixed in. It was delicious. One of the best things that I've ever put in my mouth. That delicious. So now, by this time, after 3 courses, we're all starting to get full. After eating that, I had to kind of force the soup down. Did I even eat it all? I don't know if I ate it all because I knew there were several courses left, but I didn't want to stop eating because it was so good. I mean, just to have that recipe for that tomato soup alone would be worth it. So our fourth course.
Bones, of course, we remove it, but is the ossobuco meat with gremolata. Sprinkle of gremolata. Gremolata is a mix of herbs and lemon skin as a flavor on the top. In Italy, in Milan actually, is very popular the gremolata with ossobuco because they said that it cleaned up the flavor of the ossobuco, of the beef. And on the top you have a garnish, little rosemary, which you can keep it apart, aside, and a cracker of Parmigiano Reggiano, Parmesan cheese.
Oh.
Enjoy.
It was delicious. The risotto was cooked perfect. It was nice and creamy. You could taste the saffron in it, which was delicious. And paired with that veal ossobuco, which was melt in your mouth, it was so good. Now, I think I can guarantee I did not finish this course because I already told you I was getting full after that delicious tomato bisque, but it was delicious. For our fifth course, this was a palate cleanser because we needed it. After eating all this delicious food, it was time for something a little different.
A little bit of break.
Yeah.
Okay, just with a sorbet. We let you relax for a while. And this one we serve today is raspberry and cucumber sorbet. And I will just add on for you a bit of vodka, Greek goose vodka. Right? And then later on we are going with the main course, but we will give you 5 extra minute break before we can serve the main course. All right, this is
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Let's do something.
Señora, don't give up, señora.
You know?
Señora,
Oh yeah.
don't give up.
It's okay.
That's funny.
That's funny.
What's funny? Oh, just a whole glass of vodka.
I was thinking about that. I really do that.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's okay for you? You like more?
Wait, we're a couple. Yes. No.
Not you. Only for the ladies.
Thank you. No, thank you. That was something.
That's great.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Well, happy birthday.
So they gave us a cucumber and raspberry sorbet served with Grey Goose vodka. It was delicious and refreshing. And it was funny because when they got to me, instead of giving me the sorbet, they gave me a glass full of vodka. That was funny. But it was surprising that how well the vodka went with the sorbet. It was quite delicious and it was refreshing and it was just what we needed to cleanse our meal or our palate, I'm sorry, for the next course. For the sixth course was our main course. It was seared beef medallion topped with Maine lobster thermidor, and then there was a lamb chop Villeroy, béarnaise sauce, rosemary jus, and fresh spaghetti vegetables. By this time, we are quite full, but this plate was so beautiful, and the meat was cooked perfectly. Perfectly. It was so good, topped with this lobster and this béarnaise sauce. And then on the side, you had a small lamb chop medallion that was lightly breaded and fried. And then you had the spaghetti vegetables underneath. I did not finish this course, but I ate as much as I could. Mm, mm, mm. So good. So good. Everything melded well together with the rosemary jus and the béarnaise sauce and the lobster and the tender beef tenderloin and a lamb chop. It was like a 3-for-1 on one plate with the beef, the lamb, and the lobster. So good. And we're not done eating yet. So our final course was dessert.
Right, everybody here, down guys.
Oh my God.
Alright, so I brought outside here the most beautiful girls I have in the galley. Basically, they are the only one I have in the galley. I have no other. Alright? And I have here the pastry chef, which is the one who prepared the wonderful dessert. He will explain you how it's made it. And then I have here my two sous chefs, Jackson and Nicholas. They are the two sous chefs working in the main galley at 6, helping me for the chef table. You see, this is a big event also for us. A lot of people involved. Alone, there is nothing I can do.
Yeah.
It's only thanks to all of them that this may happen.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Everyone is remaining here. You back to work. Thank you.
Thank you, Chef. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Your dessert tonight we call the coffee mousse cake, a center with Nutella, and of course delicate with the apple compote and stracciatella ice cream. And of course we have a homemade petit course. We have a almond macaron, we have a chocolate marshmallow with a meringue, and of course we have a chocolate praline. The last one is chocolate dips. Once again for tonight, you can enjoy special dinner. Thank you very much. Bon appetit.
Thank you.
So the petit four we placed it in a small plate because we know that it's way a lot of sugar already. If you want, you can carry in the cabin with you. You will do a breakfast tomorrow morning. Or just before you go to sleep. So up to you, but you can take the plate with you in the cabin when you leave.
And this is spun sugar.
Yes, this is basically made in the same way it's made the one for the sorbet. It's also made of sugar, egg white, and flour. The dessert is having the center of Nutella, which is a hazelnut chocolate, with the coffee mousse inside, covered with the chocolate, and around is also a chocolate, white chocolate. The ice cream is a stracciatella, which is vanilla and chocolate chip, and you have the apple compote on the side.
Yeah.
Enjoy, take your time, and see you shortly.
I was going to ask,
It was a work of art. It was so beautiful. So beautiful. So what we had was an espresso parfait with soft Nutella heart with stracciatella gelato. And if you like chocolate, then you're gonna love this. The way they put this together, I don't know how they did it and how long it took for them to do it. but it was beautiful. And even though I was full, I ate every last piece because you know you have two stomachs, right? You have one for the regular food and then you have your second backup stomach for dessert. Well, I retired my regular stomach and then I pulled out the second stomach for the dessert course because I love sweets and this one was delicious. They did a beautiful job with the chocolate on the outside, the um, parfait on the inside. It was the perfect balance and the perfect end to a perfect meal. After we finish this wonderful meal and dessert, then the chef comes out and gives us a small dessert plate. And it was a beautiful plate with small little desserts. There was chocolate covered strawberry. There was this white and dark chocolate candy. There was macaron. None of us could eat it, so we took it to the room to eat later. But it was the perfect end to the perfect meal. And then what was included in the meal, after dinner they came out and they gave us all a menu of what we had for dinner that night, as well as a cookbook with over 221 pages of recipes that they use in the princess.
Oh, flowers. Wait, curl, smile, because you're going to be on YouTube. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Perfect.
Honey, love. Love.
Of course, over there, the important part is the first page, which is our signature.
Oh, yes.
My phone number is in the back.
Now wait a minute, is that for the girls?
The Gordon.
What is it?
Mr. and Mrs. Gordon. Here you are.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
For a good time call.
So you get one?
For you.
Oh.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Now, where's that number?
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is our menu, what we have for dinner.
Your first.
Oh.
Isn't that nice?
So you got a rose, love. What'd you get? A menu?
This is the menu of what we had for dinner tonight.
That's beautiful. And what else we get? A cookbook. Oh Lord, we're gonna do a whole video on this on.
This is the cookbook that we just give you as a souvenir. This is the 4th edition of Princess Cruises cookbook.
Oh.
Whatever you've been eating during this week or any princess ship where you will go, 90% of the menu is just, not everything, but 90% of the menu from Princess is just published right here. This cookbook is being put together by the people that work in the head office of Santa Clarita. There's about 20 executive chefs on the fleet.
Wow.
And each of them can publish their favorite recipes.
Oh.
On page 69, you find the favorite recipes of our executive chef.
Oh.
And later on, maybe you have the opportunity to see. You know what is the favorite recipes of our chef? Is a dish called chicken din.
Chicken dinner.
Are you familiar with
Chicken dinner with the winner.
Chicken din.
Chicken
This is
dinner.
a kind of Italian Napolitan. Basically, it's the chicken when you put it in the microwave, when it's already say din. And this
Dinner.
is the favorite-
In fact, in page 69, there is no chicken there.
No, it has been a pleasure and an honor. We see you all.
Oh no, grazie, grazie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys made the cruise. Thank you so much.
That just topped it all the way off. So yes, the meal was $118 per person. But what you got for it, which was a 7-course meal paired with wines. You also got photos at the end. We got 3 separate photos. We got one of the whole group of 11 of us. We got one of our group of 4, and we got one with just Ken and I. 3 whole pictures. And we got a cookbook, and we got a menu. It was well worth the price. So, have I convinced you to try the chef's table at least once? And especially, I would do it if you're on a princess cruise, because the food there is good anyway. Why not treat yourself to the chef's table? You won't regret it if you're a foodie like me. Well, this wraps up our culinary adventure at the chef's table. I hope that you will try it. Or if not, just enjoy the food on a cruise ship. Try a specialty restaurant. But eat well and travel often, guys. Until next time, bye.